All right. Welcome to another edition of the Brawny Lad on the Brown Ale. That's right. I should have turned the knobs up first, huh? I should work on the... Well, I should work on the riffs before I do a demo. Anyway, welcome to the Brawny Lad on Brown Ale. Not going to do a song today. I'm going to do a demo and review of a new 5-string bass. That's right. I'm a guitar player, not a bass player, don't get me wrong. But I record songs at home. I jam out occasionally, pretty rare. Don't do that anymore. Yeah, I don't jam at all. But I do record at home. So I got a Fender P bass. And I want to do lower tune songs. And I'm tired of always retuning the bass. So I thought, get on Amazon, find you a cheap P bass. Find a cheap P bass, buy it, put big strings tuned to B. Well, while I was looking on Amazon, I thought, what the hell, key in 5-string bass. So I did, and this bad boy shows up. Yep, it is the IYV 5-string bass. How much was it? $159.34 for this. I'll tell you how surprised and pleasantly surprised I was. I thought, what the hell, order that 5-string, if not, it's expensive firewood. I order it. 6 days later, it shows up in a crappy cardboard box wrapped in that styrofoam bag. Box beat all to hell. So I thought for sure something was broke. Open up the box, pull out the bag, pull out the bass. Wow. I was very pleasantly surprised. Look at that polyurethane finish. Several coats, pretty shiny. I was surprised. Natural finish, they say. Poplar wood body. 34-inch scale. Maple neck. Looks like it's a simulated ebony fretboard. I don't see any wood grain in it, but I do see the cutting marks running the same direction as the strings. But it's flat as a pancake. Frets, medium jumbo, maybe a little bit smaller. The frets are perfect. I can't believe how nice the frets are. They're even polished. No sharp fret ends at all. Somebody, I don't know if a machine can do this, but somebody worked on this neck, I think. The nuts cut really, really well. I can complain that the ledges, they could have filed that down, but I'll do that on my own. Doesn't impact playability at all. Nuts cut great. The action was, 10 thousandths maybe, halfway. Bridge, pretty nice bridge. Not thin steel, not super high mass, but that's a decent bridge. Decent saddles. Intonated very well. The springs aren't compressed or not expanded, and it's intonated. The D's a little bit out, but the rest of the strings are fine. There you can see the headstock, I hope. Open tuners. Not junk, not super great, but good enough. They work. This one was loose, and the tuner was flopping around a little bit. Tightened that down, tuned it up. It's been in tune for 2 weeks. Very stable, so decent. String tree. I didn't like where they had the string tree. It was between the D and the G. It was just driving me nuts. I don't think it impacted playing at all. The string angle across the nut, it's not super steep. It's not super shallow, but I moved the string tree anyway because that's where they are on the Music Man Stingray. Which, if you can't tell, this was it's not a clone, but it's mimicking a Music Man Stingray for sure. With the 4 and 1. Did I say the brand IYV? Sometimes people call it IVY, and in fact, I've called it IVY before. I don't know why we do that, but it's an IYV IMM-305 made by Yin Vina Guitars out of Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Yes, Vietnam. But if you search IYV, you won't find it, I don't think. Just search 5-string bass. It'll show up in first or second page of results on Amazon. $159.34. Blown away. Humbucker pickup, 12.4K. It's hot. So it didn't sound super bright. So I thought, what the hell, that's super hot. Let's see if it is a 4-wire pickup. I took it out. It was 4-wire pickup. So I wired it in parallel, dropped the output a lot, but it dropped the bass and the treble response too far. So I put it back to how it came. 12.4K. It is a passive bass, not active. I know it's got 4 knobs, but it is volume, tone, tone, tone. Some people have said 2 volumes and 2 tones. It's not. It's volume, tone, tone, tone. I can't hear the difference in capacitors on it. I think they all cut at the same frequency. So I took the back plate off, tried to read the caps. I couldn't read the printing on them. 2 of them don't have any printing at all, and the other one was too smudged out. So I tried to measure them in the circuit. My meter couldn't resolve it. So here's the high G. Oh yeah, I'm plugged into a Sans amp. I've got 1 channel wet, full wet Sans amp out, and it's set flat with the gain. The gain's up probably halfway, and then the other side is dry. So the second channel is going straight into the interface. So I got a full wet signal through the Sans amp and a dry. So here's the high G. I'm gonna roll the first tone pot down, all the way off, all the way up. Here's the second tone pot. All the way up. Third one. All the way down. All the way up. I don't hear much of a difference at all. I don't know why you would do that. Maybe they're, running several different models off this core CNC design. And maybe some are active. I don't know. This one's passive. The routes are fantastic. The one bizarre thing is these 2 pots aren't routed as deep as these 2. You can see how tight the route is. Super tight route around the pickup as well. So they make a big deal about saying everything on this thing is CNC. They even called the pickups Destiny CNC wound. CNC is just computer numeric controlled machining. Machining. So let me read you what the spec on the website says. I thought it was funny. Oh, come on. Inyen guitars have strong fingerboard without bending, good tapering, good shape, and good sounds because they are made by CNC with 3D computer programming. All guitars are made punctually by CNC machine with computer programming. Perfect neck with almost no defection. No, defectiveness. I'm editing in my brain. Perfect neck with almost no defectiveness. That should be defects, isn't it? I don't know. All guitars with good specifications. Now, as non-specific as that is, it's very accurate. You can tell this was made on CNC machines because everything is accurate within hundreds, if not thousands. I was shocked. The only fit and finish thing I didn't like is right here. There is a little, maybe 32nd of a ledge, probably in the first half of the neck pocket. That could probably be sanded flush, but it doesn't bug me at all. I'm not going to mess with it. And the neck right here, I can still feel the CNC chatter marks. I didn't sand that down yet, and I don't think you can see it on camera. But the chatter marks were right here on the neck as well. So I took 600 grit, got rid of the cutter head marks, and then took 1,000 and 2,000 grit sandpaper, went over it once or twice. Smooth as a baby's butt. Very nice neck. Very stable bass. The tuning is awesome. It's been stable for 2 weeks. Yes, for $159.34, fantastic bass. You can find their website. I think it's called Inyen Guitars. It is a Vietnamese website, so the OS version I have on this won't load the website very well. I can only see the first 2 pages, but I got on the computer at work. And I could get into the website a little bit deeper. They make a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of it's cheap. Cheap price, but quality. So I think if this was an American-made bass, it might fetch, I don't know, $400 or $500. That being said, let's run through the specs real quick. It's a IVY. I did it again. An IVY. Ivy. No. IYV. Indian. They really need to change their name. Of course, you know, I expect a whole Vietnamese company to cater to my poor understanding of their language. IYV IMM-305 is the model number. $159.34. That price changes. It changes quite often, probably by the week. Poplar body, maple neck, some kind of synthetic fretboard. 1.78 nut width. A Music Man has a 1.75 nut width, by the way. 2.46 at the 12th fret. D-shaped neck. Somewhere between a D and a C. I don't play bass a lot. This doesn't feel super chunky, but not super thin. I like it, actually. It feels wide because it's a 5-string, but it feels good in my hand. 34-inch scale, I said that. 24 frets, poly. 10.3 pounds. A real Music Man's anywhere between 9.5 pounds. Maybe it varies more, but that's what the website spec says. This thing is 10.3 pounds. It's heavy. Music Man has a sub feeder brand of foreign-made guitars called Sterling Sub, which are copies of a Music Man. Those run about $349.99. So when I saw this, I thought, man, buy you some Music Man parts. Get the active pickup and, you know, get the cool-looking pick guard and the active electronics. So it would probably cost me $200 from Seymour Duncan to get the active electronics, and then maybe another $12 for the pick guard. But I don't know if I'm going to mess with it now because it doesn't sound bad, and I don't think I want to invest $200 more in it. So here's a dry. And then here's wet. I should have practiced some riffs first, but you get the gist. The GIF. Or. Yeah. No buzzing. A little buzzing right here. That's probably because of my my non-bass playing touch. So, yeah. Would I recommend this bass? Yes. If you're a bass player and you need a spare, or you want a project guitar to noodle around on, or you just, want a different bass just to have around, $159. Man, that's cheap to have a bass this nice. If you're new to bass playing, I wouldn't get a 5-string bass. New bass players should probably start on a bass that has the E as the low reference point, only because it'll help you learn theory that most other people know, so you can jam with them. And 5-string, kind of wide for a little person's hands. Great 5-string entry-level bass, though, I gotta say. Yeah, that's all. Like and subscribe. Yeah, you don't even have to subscribe. I don't make a lot of videos. Leave any comments you want, good or bad. Just don't be excessively insulting. Or if you are, be clever about it. And share your thoughts as well. Yeah. 6 bolts in the neck. I remember when I was a teenager, the more bolts in the neck, the better. No, man. If it's tight and it works, it works. You don't need more metal. That's all. Peace out. Love each other.